Welcome to the June 19th meeting of the Elizabethtown City Council. If you'd like, please join me in prayer. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so very, very much for all the blessings that are bestowed on us every day, that we are blessed to live in the most wonderful place on earth. We ask that you forgive our sins and lead us to forgive the ones who have sinned against us. Please lead and guide and direct us as we do the best we can to lead this city. In Jesus' name we ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business, the approval of the minutes from the June 5th meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And we have a presentation from Elizabethtown Tourism and Convention Bureau.
Wow, I thought there was.
No, wham bam here.
Well, good afternoon, Mayor and Council and staff. I send you greetings from the best tourism commission in the state of Kentucky. And just to give you a brief update on what's going on in tourism in our community. First of all, our sports park, which is one of the big prides of the community, is once again hosting our Baseball Youth Nationals. It starts this Friday night. That's a pretty big event for our sports park, and the opening ceremonies are at Central Hardin. There will be 75 teams in town for 7 nights. And this is one of those that expands across more than just a weekend. So it's a great time for the sports park, but also for the city. It'll conclude with a championship on June 29th. And then we have 2 more full weeks hosting nationals in July. The park will then get back to more of its weekend kind of structure once school gets back in place. During our last meeting last week, we approved supporting the AM Rotary Club's Rocktoberfest. That is another downtown event that has grown up over the last couple of years and gotten a lot of traction. We will help them with about $4,500 worth of advertising and putting that program together. That will be Saturday, September 9th. It's in the parking lot beside Brown Pusey House. We have been working, as you know, in concert with the city and other people about a trail project. The idea of expanding trails initially from out at exit 94 to downtown. We will have a final plan to share with you very soon. The most up-to-date information, once we have it, we'll post that on etowntrails.com once it's available, and I'm sure update you in a subsequent council meeting. Our building is getting good utilization. It was used 10 days to hold about 13 different meetings and 485 people in the past month. And so your commission's very active. I'd like to close just by saying that I'd like to address the conversation that's been going on about Sports Park and about the vested interest that we certainly have in seeing that that sports park is run very efficiently and very effectively. I really appreciated Marty's comments today in the News Enterprise if you didn't see them. But the sports park, as we all know, brings, well, literally 70 to 75,000 people, tourists, to our community every year. 228 million in direct spend. It has propelled Hardin County into the number 6 position in tourism throughout the state. And really the only people beyond us are metro markets, so Louisville, Lexington, Northern Kentucky, and so forth. So without a doubt, the sports park is a big success. There's been some conversation about deficits and so forth, and we recognize that. And I will tell you again that the commission wants to have a good conversation about that and talk about the right things to do for this community. But let me share with you that is a very narrow view, as Marty pointed out today, of what the sports park is all about. I recall the debate about the sports park, and I don't think it was ever thought that it was going to be a profit center for the city of Elizabethtown. It was always going to be at its core. It's a wonderful place for youth. It's a wonderful place where they come and throughout this whole eastern half of the United States and experience life, but at its core, it's economic development. I can tell you firsthand that there are several major projects in this community that were not decided on solely on the basis of the sports park, but would not be happening right now if it was not for those 70 to 75,000 people and $228 million spent in our local community and businesses and so forth. So as we have this conversation, and we want to have that conversation, let's keep in perspective what the sports park truly means to this community. I will tell you that after the first full year of operations, the Tourism Commission did an impact study. That's been about 4 or 5 years ago. You'll be pleased to know that we are updating that impact study, and I believe it should be about by this fall. I think it's going to be conducted in August. So by this fall, we will have, I think, a far better picture of just how important the sports park is and what a insightful thing that this city, this council did when it decided to build that sports park. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions you may have.
Carl, why are they having? Didn't they used to have the opening ceremonies for that event out at the park?
It did. There've been all kinds of things. I asked Sherry about all the events that were possibly going to happen, but she could probably speak more specifically to
Weather.
Just in case there's bad weather.
There you have it.
Carl, I just would make one comment, and I concur wholeheartedly with everything that you said about the sports park. Obviously, it has been a hot topic recently on both sides. Marty's article came out and started up a little bit again, maybe at the right time, at the wrong time. I would simply very much agree with you that the city never thought that the sports park would be a profitable operation for the city. We knew that, and you all knew that. The one thing we didn't know is what extent that we were going to have to use general fund dollars to operate that park. And I'm not making excuses. You all didn't know that, and we didn't know that. We went in, blindfolded. Not that there have been mistakes made, but I think we all see now, and that is ETCB and the city. And we had a good meeting with you all a month or a month and a half ago, a couple of hours long, where we threw out some ideas on how you all could help us. And you all were very receptive, and we appreciate that. And we're very receptive. I would just simply say that I think I speak for this group, most of this group, that we are very hopeful. We know that your budget is a part of the budget that is going to be up for approval today. We are very hopeful that through ongoing talks, which you all have had, and you indicated that you're going to continue to have, that we will get some relief. And we think we're very positive that we will get some relief after we get profit and loss statements and things like that on the operation of the sports park. I think that would make us happy. I think it hopefully would make you all happy, and I think it would make a lot of citizens happy and dispel a lot of the things. And I wholeheartedly agree, Carl, with everything you said about what it has done for the city.
I appreciate that. And the one thing that might have been lost a little bit in the conversation is just how closely the city and the Tourism Commission work together, because we really do. And so we have always appreciated that, and we will continue to work very closely with the city. And as I say, we very much have a vested interest in seeing that the sports park is well run, very successful in its operations. And so
Well, thank
we
goodness
embrace it.
we have a very positive working relationship with tourism. That
Yes.
is not true statewide, and I won't go any further than that. We have a very good working relationship, and I felt that the meeting a couple of months ago, we threw some things out which had not been thrown out before, and they were related to the operation, helping us, and you all were very receptive. So I'm very hopeful. I'm optimistic, and I know this group is too, that we will continue to work together and resolve some of these things that are thrown out about the sports park and the operation and how much it does for the community.
We look forward to it.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Okay.
Zach Humphrey, State Theater update.
Very welcome. Sad to say, I just returned from Mexico and I do not have margaritas.
Oh.
That's the tan, not red. Thank you all for allowing me to speak today, Mayor and Councilman. Just want to say we had a great month of May at the State Theater. The month of May brought many great events, including Signs of Life, The Essence of Pink Floyd, Diamond Rio, movie showings for local schools, and then the theater's first Princess Tea Party. West Benko Gallery was rented 7 times in the month of May, with the theater 6 times. And we can't forget the Heritage Council's 5th annual Barbecue Blues and Bikes that brought in thousands of people to help kick off the 75th anniversary of the historic State Theater. For the month of May, between rentals and theater events, the State Theater welcomed 2,000 patrons and guests. Just recently this month, we celebrated the 75th anniversary of the State Theater by welcoming not only 2 Hardin County acts for the Kentucky Music Showcase, but also Kentucky natives and popular country act Sunday Best. To continue the anniversary fun, the State Theater partnered with the Heritage Council to present the first ever Superhero Saturday, which invited superheroes of all sizes to enjoy the 25th anniversary of Batman Returns and characters from all their favorite hero movies. This Friday, Fort Knox Federal Credit Union presents the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Tickets are selling quickly, so get yours now. There's just about 100 seats left to buy, so we plan on a sold-out crowd for this Friday night. Doors open at 6 p.m. The opening act, Leah Blevins, who is actually a Kentucky native from Sandy Hook, takes the stage at 7. Nitty Gritty, roughly about 8 p.m. will be taking stage. You can also look forward to some changes coming soon regarding ticket processing at the State Theater. Soon the theater will be acquiring new thermal ticket printers, which will cut costs from ink printed tickets that we've previously used, and then also new ticket scanners, which will allow patrons to keep their tickets on their mobile devices or print those tickets at home. Makes it really easy, straight to the door. Makes things a lot.
Cuts down on the wait.
The wait. Yeah, we've offered a lot of people to do will call, to come in the office during office hours works best. But yeah, you get 100 people that wait till they get there, it can add up in time a little bit. So for all other events coming to the State Theater this summer and ticket info, you can find us at historicstatetheater.org. Call us at 270-234-8258. Thank you again for allowing me to speak today and your ongoing support. If anybody has any questions, I can answer those now.
Thank you, Zach.
Thanks.
Hey, we have a couple of appointments tonight. First of all, I want to reappoint Beverly Goodman and Larry French to the Code Enforcement Board for terms to expire July the 7th, 2020. Have a motion? Motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Also want to reappoint Pat Appleman and Charlie Skis to the Historic Preservation Commission for terms to expire June 30th, 2020.
Excuse me, I thought Pat was moving.
Okay, this was a request from Ed Pope, and he's on vacation, so do you want me to wait?
Pat's moving within the next month.
I wonder why he didn't tell her.
I don't know.
Well, I tell you what we'll do. We will. No, we can keep
Yeah,
Charlie. We can reappoint Charlie. Steve.
Charlie
Okay.
probably cover both those positions.
Okay. Charlie wasn't trying to get out of town. I think this guy was trying to get out of town. this guy. Okay. Well, you
So
took
we'll-
care of that big secret. Okay, so let's reappoint Charlie Skis to the Historic Preservation Commission for a term to expire June the 30th, 2020.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Are you good with that, Mary? Okay. We have a second reading of ordinance number 6, 2017, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2017 and 18. Motion to read the ordinance, please.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
In there, this is the second reading, so I'll read a portion of it. But be it ordained by the city of Elizabethtown that the budget for July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018, a copy of which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, be and the same is ordained as the official governmental budget for the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky pursuant to law. This was read the first time on the 5th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the ordinance. Second. Okay, this is roll call vote, starting with Councilmember Thomas.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Ordinance number 7, 2017, amending the Code of Ordinance, Chapter 133, relating to requirements for public display, sale, possession, transportation, and use of fireworks and pyrotechnic articles.
Mayor.
Motion to read the ordinance.
Before we read that, could I ask a couple of questions?
About the fireworks?
Or anything, maybe.
Gee, I don't
Yes,
know.
about the fireworks.
Okay.
I spoke with Mary, the city clerk, this morning, and I think several of us individually over the last couple of weeks after we adopted or after we drafted this first reading have had some concerns. And I think that even though we've had the first reading, we can slightly alter this if we are in agreement with that. And I think the comments, if I can find my sheet here, the changes had to do, city attorney and Mary, with the hours, and there was some concern as to whether we were actually giving them enough time possibly to,
Especially if it rains.
if it rains or that. And as we had the first reading, I think we were all in agreement with the dates, but there was one change on the
New Year's Eve.
December 31st. There you go. We said between the hours of 10 a.m. and midnight, and I know most of us realize that people don't stop fireworks at midnight on, isn't that right, Councilman Chip? I think, but we agreed that we would like that changed, and I apologize for my voice, from 10 a.m. until 12:30 a.m., which would give them
Which would be January.
January 1, right? And that, again, doesn't change the intent of the ordinance that was read. We also, as the original thing was read, said July 3rd and 4th, so they can shoot fireworks, before the 4th and within the hours designated. So I would propose, I guess, that we make that change before we have that second reading.
Okay, and just make sure I understand. So on Memorial Day, July 3rd and July 4th and Labor Day, it's the hours between 10 a.m. and midnight. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then on New Year's Eve, it'll be from 10 a.m. until
12:30
12:30
a.m.
January 1st.
January 1st, right.
Okay, you had no request that in case it rains on July the 4th, will you give us July the 5th? You did not have that request.
I didn't, now
None of
maybe,
you. All right.
Just wonder how we're gonna enforce it.
well, somebody that distributes fireworks, Marty, called me and said, actually, I think this will be easier to enforce than the wide open policy that I don't know. We'll let the chief worry about that.
Well, when it comes next year, and you ask for 7 new officers. It's to enforce fireworks, right?
I had several calls that were very complimentary of us trying to, limit rather than the entire year, the limit and the hours of operation. Not that it's gonna protect anybody's roof or automobile and things like that. But I think it's a step in the right direction.
And we might not be able to enforce it as well. as we would
Absolutely,
like to.
absolutely.
But, Chief, there's things in the state regulations that are not enforced as well. You know, 200 feet from structures and automobiles and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody does that.
And I think the one thing is, we talked about it earlier, this puts us certainly, not that, we want to be like others, but cities our size, almost all have gone to some kind of restrictions on, the days and the times. And so I think we're in tune with what other cities of comparable size are doing.
And I will point out, Chris, at other times, anyone can request permission from the fire department.
That's right.
And Chief, you're coming up with a mode or a policy regarding that permission being granted or denied.
Right.
Right.
We're setting it up like we already follow burn ordinance, so if someone brush removal or something like that, burn that property, then we can, give them a permit. We're handling the other permit to the same city.
So, and again, what you said, this won't prevent anybody in any neighborhood that wants to celebrate a birthday or whatever from notifying the police department and,
And the fire department. They'll go to
and the fire department, right.
Out of the permit and the police department. will enforce it.
Yeah. There you go.
So you do not want to add July 5th? Anybody's, okay,
I,
all right.
I'm not,
Okay, just testing.
I think. I would add the fifth.
Definitely
And
add
I'll
the
tell you
fifth.
why.
I don't have a
When the
problem.
4th of July ends up on a Friday, there are going to be people that have their celebrations on Saturday. Yeah. There's going to be times when it thunderstorms or rains on the 4th, and
Okay.
they want to save them for the following night, for the 5th.
Those were the requests I had.
Those were when we
Okay.
first talked about it, that's one of the things.
Let's add July 3rd, 4th, and 5th then, within those hours.
So,
I'm fine with that.
then have they voted on reading it?
No,
they
no.
Not
didn't,
reading it.
no.
So I'll reread that paragraph
Okay.
then, and y'all make sure it sounds the way you want it to sound. Okay. All right.
But
thanks, y'all.
do we need a motion now to,
Yeah, I moved to read.
okay, and I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mayor, this is amending section 133.07 for days and hours for using consumer fireworks. And the prior language was, no person shall ignite fireworks between the hours of 11 p.m. and 8 a.m. We have stricken that, and we are replacing it with this language. Unless specifically permitted by the Elizabethtown Fire Department, persons may only use, ignite, fire, or explode consumer fireworks on Memorial Day, July 3rd, July 4th, July 5th, and Labor Day between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. midnight, and December 31st between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12:30 a.m. January 1st. Any person wishing to use, ignite, fire, or explode consumer fireworks any other day or time must notify the Elizabethtown Fire Department and receive express permission. This was read the first time on the 5th day of June, 2017. And that's with the changes.
There we
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, motion to adopt this ordinance.
Motion.
Second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, hold on, roll call. Okay, Councilmember Walker? Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, ordinance number 8, 2017, prohibiting parking on both sides and cul-de-sac of Iqbal Drive. Motion to read the ordinance.
Motion.
Can we get a second?
That's just right beside the mall, isn't it? Is that one?
Yeah.
on the street? Yeah, that's the second.
Well, so we can
You
vote on it.
did, yes or no, a second?
I'm gonna vote on it,
Did second.
or I'm gonna second it
Okay.
so we can vote on it.
Okay, so all those in favor? All right,
This being a second reading, I'll read the primary portion, which is, be it ordained by the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that from and after the passage, approval, and publication of this ordinance, that parking is prohibited on both sides of Iqbal Drive and within the cul-de-sac. This was read on the 5th day of June, first read on the 5th day of June, 2007.
thank you, Dee Dee. Okay, motion to adopt the ordinance. Okay, second?
Second.
We're good.
Okay, this is roll call, starting with council membership.
Yes.
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 Okay, good. All right, now we'll go to municipal orders. Number 22, 2017, approving the federal grant procedures. Motion to read, please.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Whereas the Council on Financial Assistance Reform, otherwise known as COFAR, was created to improve management and accountability of federal grants, and whereas COFAR has issued new uniform grant guidance in the Code of Federal Regulations, 2 CFR Section 200, establishing uniform administrative requirements, cost principles, and audit requirements for federal awards for all grant recipients. Now, therefore, be it ordered by the mayor and the city council of the city of Elizabethtown that policies in compliance with 2 CFR are hereby adopted on behalf of the city of Elizabethtown. The city federal grant procedures dated June 1st, 2017, attached hereto are to be followed by all city personnel requesting federal grant funds. It is the responsibility of each department head to provide a copy of these procedures to appropriate personnel to ensure their review to gain knowledge and understanding of the city's rules and guidelines as they pertain to federal grant funds and awards. Any subsequent revisions of the City of Elizabethtown federal grant procedures documents will supersede the one dated June 1st, 2017 as attached hereto and are to be in effect as of the date of the revision. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Judy. Motion to adopt, please. Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you. Municipal Order 23, 2017, approving fill dirt removal agreement with Richard E. Davis. Motion to read, please.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council to approve the fill dirt removal agreement with Richard E. Davis for the purpose of providing for the removal of fill dirt from city-owned property which lies adjacent to Commerce Park Subdivision Lot 19. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order?
Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
The plan we'll have a site plan for review. Yes. That will include replanting of the trees and things like that. Did we ever decide how much lower it was going to take to grade, or will we not know that until we have the site plan?
I think it's like 3 or 4 feet lower.
Over the entire 2.5 acres.
A little knoll there. Lower, I think 3 or 4.
But we'll have a chance once again to review. The council will have a chance to review that.
Hey, ready to vote? All right, let's have a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you. Okay, Municipal Order 24, 2017, approving the storage agreement with the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches and the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Motion to read, please.
Second.
All those agreement? Thank you.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council to approve the storage agreement with the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches and the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame to establish a common understanding regarding the mutual utilization of the storage building at the Basketball Hall of Fame and provide for coordination and cooperation in the renovation and maintenance of the storage building of the Hall of Fame. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Okay, do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Okay, municipal order 25, 2017, approving the agreement with Addington Properties LLC for downtown redevelopment grant.
Second.
All those in favor?
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Whereas the City of Elizabethtown desires to promote and support the redevelopment of downtown, and whereas the City of Elizabethtown has developed a downtown redevelopment grant program to encourage private property owners to redevelop their properties, now be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown approves the agreement with Addington Properties LLC for a downtown redevelopment grant for 30 Public Square in an amount up to $30,458. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order, read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thanks, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, municipal order 26, 2017. It's accepting the bid from Johnson's Emergency Vehicle Solutions for up to 2 fire apparatus. And before we read this, Chief, would you like to come and talk about this?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, thanks to all the council for coming out and look at the trucks and the bids committee. We worked well together. We had 7 bids on the trucks, so that's basically all the major manufacturers that are out there. So I think we got a good price based on the truck. We also, as you know, we've talked about using that same format for a rescue truck with some adjustments. So that's why I talked about 2 fire trucks in that municipal order.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Okay,
Okay, thank you all very much.
Hey, do we have a motion to read?
So moved.
And then a second?
Second.
And
Third.
all in favor?
Fourth.
All right.
All right, go, go, go. Thank you.
Okay. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council to accept the bid from Johnson's Emergency Vehicle Solutions for up to 2 fire apparatus for a basic bid in the amount of $423,290 each, with the second apparatus to be equipped for rescue service. The second apparatus purchase shall be contingent upon pricing and modifications approved by the mayor, fire chief, and the city council. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order, read, adopted, and approved this 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
Mayor, can I
Yes.
make one statement? I know the bids committee spent several hours going over the bids, and Mark provided, with very valuable information. One thing I would point out, obviously, we've spent a ton of money rather quickly. Basically, the only thing we know about fire trucks up here is they're red and they're generally expensive. This is the first time I can remember, and Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but this, in an effort to save money, we actually told the fire department to go out and look after demo or stock trucks. Whereas in the past years throughout, the city has always spec'd the truck out, I think, which inevitably is going to cost you more money. So bottom line, I just want to say thanks to the fire department and thanks to the bid committee, because we did change our procedure this time, and we bought a stock truck that was already made. We didn't spec it out, and hopefully, it will save the city considerable money.
We took a lot of the language out of the bid that specified specific items and really generalized the language, which opened it up. In the past, I think, we've only gotten 1 or 2 bids sometimes, and this time we got 7. So I think we're on the right track with getting more general on the bid and letting the vendors come back to us with possible solutions to issues.
Kudos to you, Chief, because you listened to the bid committee, and the
Yes.
result is it's a savings to taxpayers.
Absolutely.
And you're getting good vehicles.
Yeah, I think it's going to meet our needs for the foreseeable future.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
How long until you get it?
We got it.
Well, it's here.
We'll let
Now,
you back, huh?
They have a tendency to kind of leave them because it's a good place to store a truck until the next, if they don't sell it. but we've went through a punch list and found a few things that need to be fixed. He agreed to meet our color scheme, so it'll go back and it'll need that. We'll get some equipment put on that and put it in service hopefully around August.
Our color scheme is red and white.
Yes, yeah. Not everybody.
Mine's gotta be up
It
on
was
top.
solid red, remember? Yeah, yeah, you're gonna put an ad on the side, okay.
Motion to approve.
Yeah, what about a motion to adopt? Yeah,
Second.
and all in favor?
Aye.
Great. We got so excited, we might have had 2 or 3 motions with that one. Okay, municipal order 27, 2000, so yes. Yeah.
Mark talk about the additional equipment.
Oh, yeah, Mark, you want to talk about the rest of the
I
stuff?
can come back up,
Oh,
yes. Well, we buy the
Okay.
fire truck, and then on top of that, it's a great big toolbox with a lot of equipment. And I do have a breakdown. We asked we sent out quotes for quotes. I got 7 vendors back. We broke it up, amounts to stay within regulation, and have that will show you who we went with. We tried to stay local where we could. If you look at the bottom of the page, some of those, some of the vendors are local. We try to buy all of our salvage covers from actually an Amish man that sews them up from Sonora. So we try to keep that local. Fire extinguishers will be local. And then as you look down through there, there's 3 vendors that had best pricing. The only change of that was on the hose. Fire hose is expensive and it's heavy, so it's very expensive to ship. So we try to keep the fire hose, everything over $5,000 is freight free. So we have to, we try to meet that mark, first of all. And second, we try to buy good enough hose that we don't have to constantly replace it. So that particular hose has a 2-year warranty. Everybody else just has basically defective parts and workmanship. So we get a better warranty with that hose. It's well proven in our system how we use it. It doesn't mold, and hose tends to get wet and dirty on the fire ground, and we'll clean it and put it back on the truck, but it does go back on the truck wet, and it's treated with a material that keeps it from molding. So past hose, you constantly had to dry it, and this you don't. So it's a better hose, but everything else was best price.
So is all this equipment included in our bid of?
No, this is over and above. However, we've been very careful with the budget, so we do have it in our current budget to be able to get this equipment.
You're saying that you took the best price on all bids except for the hose.
Except for the hose, right? And it matches the hose we currently use, plus it's got the best warranty. So in some ways, it's best price.
He has money in the budget. He wants to go ahead and spend it out of this budget for the truck that you just approved, but several large amounts there for vendors. So we wanted you to know about it and make sure that you're okay proceeding with this equipment for this truck in this budget.
Any other questions? All right, thank you all.
Did we adopt that?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Okay, municipal order 27, 2017, approving the purchase of property for right-of-way on Pear Orchard Road. Motion to read.
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the dates set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council to authorize the purchase of the following property as part of the Pear Orchard Road Improvement Project. For the property located at 1408 Pear Orchard Road, 0.029 acres, purchased from SH&H Holdings in the amount of $1,305. For the property located at 2102 Pear Orchard Road, for 0.008 acres from Chad E. and Kelly Cundiff in the amount of $4,500. Be it further ordered that a drainage easement will be executed for the property located at 1408 Pear Orchard Road containing 0.103 acres for the amount of $1,165.58. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city is authorized to sign any and all contracts, deeds, settlement statements, and any other documents to complete this property purchase. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order Read, adopted, and approved. This is the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt this order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, municipal order number 28, 2017, accepting the bid from Vulcan Materials and Scotty's Contracting and Stone for crushed limestone for fiscal year 2017 and 18. Motion to read the order, please.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below. A motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Vulcan Materials Company and Scotty's Contracting and Stone for crushed limestone for fiscal year 2017 through 2018 as follows. For crushed limestone, price per ton at stockpile. For number 2, crushed limestone from Vulcan, $10, from Scotty's, $10.75. Number 3, crushed limestone, $10 from Vulcan, $10.75 from Scotty's. Number 9, crushed limestone, $12 from Vulcan, $12.50 from Scotty's. Number 10, crushed limestone, $8 from Vulcan, $9.75 from Scotty's. Number 57, crushed limestone, $10.75 from Vulcan, $11.75 from Scotty's. Number 610, crushed limestone, $9 from Vulcan, $9.75 from Scotty's. Class 2 channel lining, $12.50 from Vulcan, $15.50 from Scotty's. Class 3 channel lining, $17 from Vulcan, $18 from Scotty's. Surge rock, $10.75 from Vulcan, $9.75 from Scotty's. Dense graded aggregate, the maintenance grade is $9.20 from Vulcan, $9 from Scotty's. Dense graded aggregate, which is Kentucky DOT specifications, is $9.20 from Vulcan, $9.75 from Scotty's. And for pugged dense graded aggregate, Kentucky DOT specifications is $9.45 from Vulcan and $10.75 from Scotty's. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate, and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. It's the 19th of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you. Municipal Order 29, 2017, accepting the bid from Scotty's Contracting and Stone for pavement milling for fiscal year 2017 and 18. Motion to read, please.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city accepts the bid from Scotty's Contracting and Stone LLC for pavement milling for fiscal year 2017 through 2018 in the amount of $21 per ton. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate, and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order, please.
So moved.
Second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Municipal Order 30, 2017, accepting the bid from Scotty's Contracting and Stone for bituminous concrete and hauling, labor, and equipment for crushed stone for fiscal year 2017-18. Motion to read the order, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city accepts the bid from Scotty's Contracting and Stone LLC for bituminous concrete for fiscal year 2017 through 18 as follows. Bituminous concrete, including prime oil laid anywhere within the city limits. The price per ton for virgin materials for the bituminous base is $58. Bituminous surface, $61.25, and bituminous sand asphalt, $78. Recycled materials, bituminous base, $50. Bituminous surface, $54.50. Bituminous concrete picked up at plant, price per ton for the virgin materials for the bituminous base is $52. The bituminous surface, $57, and the bituminous sand asphalt is $62. For the recycled materials for the bituminous base is $48.25, and for the bituminous surface is $50.70. Be it further ordered that the city accepts the bid from Scotty's Contracting and Stone LLC for hauling, labor, and equipment for crushed stone, hugged DGA per Kentucky DOT specifications in place and compacted to grade anywhere within the city limits, the city to purchase the stone. Price per ton in place for fiscal year 2017 through 18 is as follows. For Vine Grove is $8. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to effect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thanks, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt, please.
Second.
All those in favor?
Pretty exciting stuff.
Oh, okay, we're not through yet. Hang on. Municipal Order Number 31, 2017, accepting the bid from Reynolds Sealing and Striping Incorporated for pavement striping for fiscal year 2017-18. Motion to read. Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the city accepts the bid from Reynolds Sealing and Striping Incorporated for pavement striping for fiscal year 2017 through 18 in the amount of 18 cents per linear foot. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 19th day of June, 2017.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Appreciate it. Motion to adopt. Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Do you all have any informational items?
I've got one thing, Mayor.
All right.
At the train trestle out by the tourism office, I don't know if you've noticed, but I guess CSX has had a string of cars there that I've been watching. It's been almost a month, and the same cars are stationary up on top of the train trestle. And probably some of the worst ones are the ones that are extending over the road as you enter through town, and that's the first thing our visitors see. Now, I know we can't do anything about them parking their excess train cars on that portion of the double track, but I think maybe if we could just send a letter to them and ask them if they could just shorten the trail by 5 cars, it would be out of sight from public view. And maybe we could get a little cooperation from that. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about that, Sherry, but it's, yeah, but, and I'm not saying that we pick a fight over the train cars, but they sit up there and they rust and got graffiti all over them, and it would just be nice if they could just shorten that trail of excess train cars by 4 or 5 trains, or 4 or 5 cars, and get that out of view from there.
And I agree with you too, but if
It's
it's
awful.
found to be real cooperative. But
I mean, you
I
gotta ask,
agree,
though.
and,
You gotta ask.
can that fall with all those other things we're doing?
I'd like to try.
We'd be glad to compose a letter and.
They may be storing that paint that they're gonna repaint that.
Mayor, I want to ask Sherry, and we're talking about CSX. Sometimes I notice, and maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like CSX engineers use our parking lot out there to, maybe that would give us a little leverage then if, no. Can. But they, so then they do that, the engineers get, I thought they did. Okay.
And the only other thing I would say is we spend an awful lot of money. Thank goodness,
We won't need to do anything next fiscal.
thank goodness we're blessed with the resources that we have, that we're able to do this.
Amen. We do have an announcement. We will have the dedication of Walker Square, July the 4th at 10 a.m. You all want to put that on your calendars? Charlie, you have something you'd like to add? Okay, and if there's no further information, I would like a motion to close the meeting pursuant to KRS 61-810 to conduct deliberation on future acquisition or sale of real property by the city. B, to discuss the general nature of existing and possible litigation by the city. And C, to discuss personnel which might lead to the appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee, member, or student. Any other motion? All those in favor?
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Okay.